What's going on, fellas? It's been a little while, but we're back with another video. I've been inspired. I have been brought back from the brink of all loss, really. But before I go into why I'm finally feeling rejuvenated in this hobby, please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for always watching. If you're a recurring viewer, I appreciate you. Leave a comment down below if you think anything I say is absolutely retarded or stupid, and I will try to fix that. Um, yeah, nothing else really to say. Just thank you for clicking and giving me a shot. So starting off, I just basically want to say we might have some good news coming from the man, the myth, the legend, Straw Hat Speculator. Basically, he made a video talking about how he was informed that he doesn't have definitive proof, but he has heard through the grapevine multiple times that we are supposedly going to be getting reprints. Now, I don't know if necessarily that's the truest part of all that, but the truer part, or the part that has a little bit more validity, is the fact that One Piece has now been reaching out and they might potentially have another distributor. Now, what that means is that there's more people to get the product out there. The definitive, not to use that word again, the exact specifics of this is unknown. We don't really know anything. It is just hearsay at this point in time. But what we do know is that there's more hope today than there was yesterday. That's something I can at least say on my end. I am at least a lot more happier today. I don't know if I can definitely say, you know, oh, we're saved. Oh, it'll be fine now. But what I do think is that if we have ever had a signal to sell, now the thing that you have to ask yourself and tell yourself, you have to look at it unbiasedly, right? You have to decide, is this just something they're trying to push to get people to sell, or is this something that is actually potentially going to happen? Now, I do encourage you to go watch his video. It is titled, I might link it, but if I forget to link it, I want to make sure you know that it is called The One Piece Market is Set to Change Forever. That is the name of the video. I'll put it up on screen just so that way you can see it. Um, Through and through, I like his videos for the most part. I usually would go for guidance in the earlier parts of my investment journey. It's not going to load.
What
Perfect.
is going on, everybody?
That's great. Anyway, um, my point here is that you have to decide for yourself whether or not you think this is a good idea or a bad idea. Me personally, I'm not going to sell. Mainly my main thing with this, okay, is I do not care. I do not care if the box goes down to $300. I don't think OP13 it's definitely getting reprinted. I do not have proof. I do not know for certain, but there's no way the people at Bandai can look at their booster boxes. I will pull them up while I talk. There's no way if I had a company, right? I would want the demand to be high, of course. We all want that, right? We would all want that if we had our own company. Some do, some don't. But the point is that you want to keep the demand. You want to make sure people are buying the product. I mean, does it need to sell out? I mean to some point, yeah. I mean, it definitely does. I mean, we don't know the logistics of how they're printing, if they're at full demand, full capacity, being proficient. We don't know any of that. At least I don't, personally. I don't look into all of that. I mainly just collect the shiny cards. I like the cards. I put them cards in my binder and we move on. You can see I picked up a couple more. But moving on, I just wanted to say that we we have to get reprints. We have to. The the player base cannot be happy and buy at these prices simultaneously. That is not possible. I mean, can you play low rarity? Of course. Of course you can play low rarity, but then there comes the point where they're just buying their cards. They don't get to enjoy the there are two sides to this thing, this hobby. There is opening cards and there are buying cards, okay? And then the main part of playing with the cards. To some, that has its own level of importance, each section, but playing with the cards is only a factor of it. Most people like to open them and then play with them. They don't want to just buy their deck. They want to open their deck. They want to build it. They want to feel like they're building something, you know? It's something that even I can't explain it correctly because I don't play. I mean, I play online, but I don't actually go and build a deck. I find it to be um uh, it's like as soon as I start to build a deck, get close to building a deck, the meta changes. I know that's not all it's about, but to not go off on a tangent, my point here is that we are moving in a way to where we have to have reprints. We have to. There's no way that we can continue like this. Looking at TCG player EBO3 prices, they are insane. They have fallen a little bit, but they were going like parabolic, I believe the word would be. Absolutely parabolic. We're back down to 480. Some pre-sale prices hit 600. I believe they were hitting even higher. Yeah, it says the high sale value was at 900. Let me put this on screen. We're looking at this price at 480. I believe I made a video. I said do not buy at 299. I believe it may have been at 400. I don't know. I still don't recommend buying. Even if this was halved. Even if this was what, 80% down? Maybe buy at that price. But my point is that for the fifth time of saying that, there are better times to buy this. There's no way, okay? We've never seen EBO3 get reprinted. That's why these prices are so high, is because people think, okay, this is the only print wave we're going to get. Some of these boxes, they will trickle out through the official One Piece store, but eventually they're going to be gone. Well, now that the official One Piece store is cutting boxes on every single product that they put in their store, that leaves people to think, okay, the only time I'm going to get a sealed box is right now. Do you really think that's the only time we will actually get these? You could be right. I don't know. There's no proof. There's no reason for me to think they wouldn't do that, but logistically, logically, they're going to reprint this. If they know they want it, if you had a button that you could press right now and it's the win button, okay, would you settle with just trying? Or would you print the thing? Or would you press that button that means you are automatically going to sell out of a product immediately? I think it's obvious. I think it's the same thing with OP13, 14, 15. They're going to move backwards. 10, 11, 12. Will they hit 9? I don't know. I think 9 is the only set I've actually ever struggled to acquire at release. I came in at OP06, I believe. Maybe, well, technically PRB1 is technically my, my entry, uh, true entry. But the point is, what I'm trying to say here, okay, is there's no way they can see these prices and just let it be, because these players still need these items, okay? One reprint is likely. Are they going to reprint them multiple times? I'm not saying that. I just think one reprint, I don't think they would automatically just say, no, we're never going to do that. That is pointless. The players come first. This is a trading card game, not a trading card collection. You might have one, but that's not the point. The point is to get it to the players, and they want to make as much as they can so the players are happy. They want to keep these cards cheap. These max rarities and the mangas, SPs, that's like luxury, right? If you want to call it that. They are luxury rarity. They are not needed. They don't really have value in the playing side, but that doesn't change the fact that the players still want those cards, and the fact that they have to fork out, 10K to have 4 copies in their deck sometimes, even more, 5K, that's still an insane number. Even $1,000 for 4 copies of a card, that's crazy. Okay. Um, to not say the same phrase I've repeated 5 times. I hope that you can see my words and you see where I'm trying to go with this. The fact that we have news like this, it does ring a bell, at least in my head, that says it could be time to sell. Could be. We're seeing a lot of popular people talk about this stuff. We're seeing a lot of people say you're stupid to invest in it. That could mean the thing you want to hear. You know, when people say it's stupid, it's bad, don't buy it. You must be an idiot to hold on to that. Why would you not sell? This card is $800. This box is $700. That's usually the time to buy it. Unfortunately, that is just the way things work in society. Sometimes it doesn't go that way. More often than not, though, every time that I decide against something because I feel like it's stupid, if I would have just went with it, it would have worked. Now, my judgment is not your judgment, and our judgment is not everyone else's judgment. But go with your gut. That's what I tell you. You can't blame anybody but yourself. And I think that's a better spot to be in than listening to me or anybody else out there tell you what to do, to sell, to buy, and being wrong. But maybe that helps it go down a little easier knowing that you can blame me. But I'm not telling you to sell or buy. I'm just saying this seems like a point in time where if you are not that interested in One Piece and you've been thinking of getting out for a while, it might be that time. At least in the next following months, I believe in April, because the thing that makes the most sense is that we would see more hype around April, because in March we have the second season of the live action that will bring, you know, without a doubt bring in more people into the hobby. It'll bring more people to One Piece. That's just how it'll go. Will it be as many as season one? I don't know. Can't tell yet. But I would assume more people are going to get into the hobby. So I would assume that prices are going to increase. We're going to see prices increase, you know, hypothetically way more than they already have. So who's to say the opposite can't happen? If that seems like the most obvious thing, wouldn't we want to just sell now? Get out? We know we're locked in. We have these prices locked in. We have OP13. Bought my box for 120. I could sell it for 700, 600 easily. Why wouldn't I just lock in? Just get my prices, get my money, take it out. OP15 is looking pretty good. Is it better than 13? No. But I could buy like 5 boxes with the money that I get from selling 113. I could get 5 boxes. Even if those double in a year, which, you know, that's not normal, but even if they did, which one do you think would double first? 13 or 15? 13 at 700 or getting lucky? I know this is hypothetically getting lucky buying for 120, right? The chance of 15 doubling, a lot more likely. I would put my money in that. Do I think it's better long term? No. But having 5 boxes of 15 over 1 box of 13, that's better. I'm sorry, it just is. Uh, could be wrong though. I mean, it could be a complete flop. From the alternate art leaders that just got revealed, looks pretty good. I can't lie. I'm actually extremely excited. The Sabo SP. I'll see if I can pull it up. I don't know if it'll pop up. SP015 Sabo. We have it on eBay already. This card looks beautiful, man. I wish we had it in English, but yeah, we can look at the 2 cards I think, obviously, have the most potential. Wrong tab. There we go. Come on, you can't tell me that ain't dirty. The Sabo's crazy. This Sabo's insane. I can't wait to see what this looks like in person. I am a sucker, okay, for perspective art. That might be the best perspective piece I think I've seen in the One Piece card game. I'm not FOMOing, okay? I'm not trying to shill. I'm just saying we also have the Nami. I'm not a fan of Nami, but we have Jinbei, Luffy, Nami, and Sanji with Zeus. I'm not even gonna say the nickname they're giving this card. You already know. But it is interesting. Oh, interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. We saw a couple. I'll see if I can pull them up real quick. It doesn't matter if we continue the video on just a little bit longer. OP, was it EB04? I don't know if those are. I can't wait for this personally. This is I want this really bad. It may have been OP 15 alt leaders actually. Yeah. The Brook? Are you kidding me? The Brook is amazing. The fact that it's the moment where he's playing Pink Sake on the piano, it's so good. That's so good. Actually, top 10 probably for me. I really like this leader. I am a sucker. Um, I can't pull up the other one. The Monkey D. Luffy was okay. It's all right. He looks kind of weird, but he looks fine. It's not too bad. The Zoro inside of that looks way worse. And one little tip right here. I know it's up. This is probably the only God Usopp card we're ever gonna get. So this is Usopp's best moment. Haven't read the manga. Could be completely wrong on that, but I think this is the best it'll get. I'm wrapping the video up now. I could sit here and talk forever. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your time. If you made it to the end, let me know in the comments down below what you think. What do you think about OP15? Do you think we're going to come back a little bit there, or do you think it's just completely screwed? I think EBO3 is pretty obvious that we're kind of cooked on that for at least a little bit. We might see something happen long term with a reprint, but 3 months from now, it's probably going to be pretty bad. But until next time, I hope you have a good rest of your night. I hope you stay successful, and if you haven't been, I hope you are. I hope you see it soon. Okay? Don't open too many packs. If you do, good luck. See ya.